Young Turks, sponsored by GoDaddy.com. Leading the brigade, if you will, for the Tea Party people is Mark Williams. He is a spokesperson, apparently, for the Tea Party Express. They are one of the teams that play in the Tea Party Bowl of some sort. And so he's gotten into a little bit of trouble. But first, he's going to tell us that the NAACP is outrageous and that they are the Tea Parties cannot be racist. That's a fascinating theory. Let's go to clip number 5.
Especially to the people in his own group.
By either side calling out extremism in their party, may it be in the NAACP or the Tea Party, is it a part of moving forward by you admonishing what some believe is a racist element, and then the NAACP admonish those who you say are race baiting?
It's impossible for there to be a racist element in the Tea Party.
Oh,
you don't get it. The Tea Party is about human rights. It's about the United States Constitution. The United States Constitution is mankind's foremost human
the
rights
president
document.
as an African with a bone in his nose? What is that? Is that about the Constitution?
Those signs were brought to the Tea Parties by Crash the Tea Party, which was a coalition of anti-Tea Party groups. Google Crash the Tea Party.
All right,
you
Mark,
will find it all there. They
well, we're
organize.
out of time, Mark. I hate to cut you off, but I do appreciate you coming on and us having
Go
what I
to
believe was a cordial conversation.
Find the whole
Mark,
thing.
bye-bye. Thank
Buy
you.
my book.
Well, moving on.
Buy my book! Buy my book! Okay. By the way, Crash Tea Party stuff was something that you will find on the web. I don't know if they ever actually went to an event. That was never proven in any way. But they had nothing to do with the original Tea Party protests. The ones that had all those pictures were right from the get-go. So Mark Williams, as usual, is totally full of crap, right? And the incident where they yelled at the black congressman and they spit on one of the black congressmen, backed up by other white congressmen, if you make that, makes it more credible for you. They said they also witnessed it, right? But no, it's not possible because the Tea Party people cannot be racist. They were especially immunized by God. They said they sprinkled a little non-racist dust on them, so it is not possible. I don't know why it's not possible, even though some evidence indicates that some of them are. I don't think all of them are by a long shot. And if you want to get upset at the whole group being smeared that way, I think that's a legitimate beef. But saying none of them can be racist is a little weird, especially coming from Mark Williams, because now let's go to some of his other appearances. This is Mark Williams on with Roland Martin. Let's check that out.
I'm not going to preface every sentence I say for the rest of my life. By the way, we're not racist. By the way, I don't beat my wife. We are what we are, and when these vile people show up, they find out that we're not a happy home. But as long as they keep turning on the TV and listening to people like you, Roland, saying that that's where they'll find a happy home, they're going to keep showing up.
You're not going to lie on CNN. I never said that. And I have said...
That's what you're saying right now in this entire interview.
Mark, allow me to finish. I have said consistently, the Tea Party people have an absolute right to assemble, to protest. But what I have said, there's no room in that movement for racists. And what I've said is, you should come out and say, you're not welcome here. And your
racists have their own movement. It's called the NAACP.
Oh, that's nonsense. But they've done more. They've done no more.
Bunch of old fossils looking to make a buck off skin color.
That's nice, Mark. But they've done more to combat racism than you have ever had. So you can rip them all you want to, but they have a long history of fighting for the rights of all Americans, not just African Americans.
Okay, the NAACP, which brought African Americans, certainly helped to bring African Americans civil rights when they didn't have. Remember the colored water fountains, and you couldn't go into a restaurant, you couldn't go into a hotel. Do we not? The NAACP fought against that, but they're the racists. I mean, you just heard Mark Williams say it, right? But it's Tea Party people cannot be racist, and that there's just a bunch of old people trying to cash in on race. Okay. All right, now you think that's bad? Oh, it's about to get much, much worse. Let's go to clip number 4 with Mark Williams.
I don't recall the NAACP speaking out when George Bush was portrayed as Curious George or as the Joker. I don't recall the NAACP ever standing up and saying that we needed to, civilize discourse when Republicans were in the White House. You're dealing with people who are professional race baiters who make a very good living off of this kind of thing. They make more money off of race than any slave trader ever. It's time groups like the NAACP went to the trash heap of history where they belong with all the other vile racist groups that emerged in our history.
But the Tea Party people, they cannot understand why anyone would be concerned if some people are racist within the group. He really doesn't get it. Look, if you want to have a beef with how the NAACP is conducting itself now, okay, that's a legitimate debate. That's a legitimate conversation in the country. To say the NAACP is racist when they help to bring about civil rights, and to say one of the most racist groups out there and that they're race baiters, etc. They made more money than slave traders after they helped to liberate not just African Americans, but as Roland Martin said, they give all Americans more rights. You can't see how that might be offensive. You can't see how some black folks in the country might not take kindly to that, how that might seem like you're putting them off a little bit, that you might be, denigrating them as they think the NAACP represents them? That doesn't occur to you? No, but Tea Party people cannot be racist. They're so shocked and chagrined by the charges. Where the hell did you come up with that craziness from? Now, if you think all that wasn't bad enough, then Mark Williams has the unbelievable idea of writing a letter called Dear Mr. Lincoln, presumably to Abraham Lincoln. He's very clever, from Ben Jealous, who is, of course, the head of the NAACP. And here's what some of the letter. We coloreds have taken a vote and decided that we don't cotton to that whole emancipation thing. Freedom means having to work for real, think for ourselves, and take consequences along with the rewards. That's just far too much to ask of us colored people, and we demand that it stop. Now, he continues in the rest of the letter, again, pretending to be Ben Jealous, the head of the NAACP, speaking this way. Bailouts are just big money welfare, and isn't that what all colors strive for? What kind of racist would want to end big money welfare? What they need to do is start handing the bailouts directly to us coloreds. Can you get a sense of how Mark Williams views the NAACP, all black people, all coloreds? They just want bailouts, they want welfare, and he's putting it theoretically in the mouth of Ben Jealous. Of course, Ben Jealous thinks everything that this says is atrocious. Does he think this is a joke? Oh, it'll be really funny if I pretend that Ben Jealous is this old, I'm not calling him Uncle Tom. He calls, in fact, he signs it, Precious Ben Jealous, Tom's nephew. So he's an old Uncle Tom, okay, who speaks about massa and colors. You think massas? Wait, that's coming. Let me give you more quotes from the letter. What kind of massa would ever not want to control my life? As coloreds, we must have somebody care for us, otherwise we'd be on our own, have to think for ourselves and make decisions. Again, skipping to another part of the letter. That means we coloreds would have to compete for jobs like everybody else, and that's just not right. Skipping to another part of the letter. How will we coloreds ever get a widescreen TV in every room if non-coloreds get to keep what they earn? Totally racist. The Tea Party expects coloreds to be productive members of society. Do you get the mindset here? I mean, if you don't get it, you're slow. He's telling you. He thinks, Ben Jealous and the NAACP thinks, oh, I want widescreen TVs, and I want to take it from the Tea Party people, from the white people. Us coloreds want to get bailouts from all of you guys. And we don't think you really work for a living. But I don't know why you would think that any of us are ever racist. This is the Tea Party Express spokesperson. I don't know where we got that crazy. By the way, when this controversy started in the beginning of the week, I thought, you know what? I know some guys showed up at the events with crazy signs, but it's hard to control all those guys. And I know some guys yelled at the congressman, but I'm not sure it's right to label all the Tea Party people that way, right? And then here comes their spokesperson, at least for one of their groups. That makes me think, oh man, I was being way too generous. No, I mean, look at this guy, the leader of the group. If this isn't racist way of looking at not only the NAACP, but all blacks in the country, what the hell is?
The Young Turks have a new sponsor, GoDaddy.com. And one of the great benefits of GoDaddy is they have 99.9% uptime. Whatever that means.